Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm currently top 500 in the world on ladder using 3.0 Xbow Cycle, just above 7,400 trophies, picking up where I left off in my last ladder push video. Going to be continuing the grind today, playing some live ladder with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, you know what it is, and I'm going to be trying to push even higher, hopefully above 7,500 trophies. So hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get right into the matches. Found the first one against Ash B. Actually already lost to this guy before. He's playing the Baby Nate minor control deck with Rocket, Delivery, Dark Prince. So I feel like if played perfectly, this is not a great matchup for me. I think it's like 60-40 for minor, but that being said, only Nate knows how to play it perfectly. I feel like most other players you can probably win against with Xbow, but we'll see. Gonna go for an Xbow right now because I do have a Knight tanking, so we'll be forcing out the Rocket here, and E-Spirit as well. He actually missed the Knight, so that's also going to have to get responded to, so I'm actually going to pressure with Archers plus Ice Spirit here. Yeah, exactly, because he had to go Dark Prince. So unfortunately, Log kind of shuts down my punish, but my idea was I knew he had to respond to the Knight, and he was low on Elixir, so that's why I wanted to pressure opposite. It's still fine, though. I'm going to go Knight for the Dark Prince, and then I can maybe go for an Xbow here, because he should be pretty low on Elixir. Once again, he does have to respond to the Knight and the Xbow. I let the Knight walk up, so he's not going to be able to rocket both of them in time, obviously. And Knight will hopefully get at least one hit here. Would be pretty nice. Okay, unfortunately does not. But still, it's going to be alright. I mean, not the most ideal start to this game, but I am trying to pressure as much as I can because, especially as the game goes on, if you don't get much damage, they can usually start rocket cycling you out in triple in this type of matchup, so you definitely need to get an early lead if possible, and also try and prevent all minor damage. So I'm going to be trying to catch minors with my Ice Spirits, reset with Skeletons, and try and prevent most damage. Also, I will try and activate King if he ever lets a stray E-Spirit go, because it would be pretty nice to get that extra layer of support against the minor. I'm going to go for an Xbow here because he did just log my Archer on the right. Going to Knight just in case he goes Inferno Tower, and yeah, he's going to Rocket, so when I split Archers, it usually does force a response in both lanes because he doesn't really want to take that chip damage, so then I like to go Xbow opposite, like he logged the Archer on the left there, so I went in on the right. And if they ever try and catch your Xbow without a Rocket, they try and like Inferno Tower, it can usually be pretty good. Gonna activate King off of this E-Spirit chain here, pretty nice, and that'll be really useful against any future minor push. I'm gonna actually Fireball the tower. Seems like kind of a weird play, but I'm not getting any damage from just Xbowing, so I need to start Fireball cycling at least a little bit. And yeah, I had a feeling he would Rocket there. Actually messes up the E-Spirit, so just like that, we are kind of back in this game, which is really nice. He is 3 cards away from Rocket, I think, so I might try and outcycle him here. Gonna go for an Ice Spirit down low, just for the minor, and then Xbow right away. I think he's still 1 away from Rocket, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see, Activated King is just coming in so clutch against those minors. Gonna Knight to predict an Inferno Tower, log this Dark Prince back as well. We do actually get a small connection for it, which is really nice. And I could maybe Fireball the tower here, although I'm actually going to try and outcycle the Rocket because we're already back to an Xbow, and I'm pretty sure he's at least 2 cards away from his Rocket, so he does go for the low Dark Prince, going to Fireball it off, and then I think because I Fireballed, he might try and not Rocket. Okay, looks like he did still Rocket, which is a good play, because if he didn't, he would have lost, but basically I tried to overcommit and then force him to think that I wouldn't be able to catch the Inferno, but because I did overcommit on offense. But he does Inferno this time, because again we outcycle the Rocket. Gonna Fireball the Dark Prince after the shield pops, and he's definitely not gonna Rocket this Xbow because it's not full health anymore. So this might actually be a connection. Gonna Ice Spirit, try and catch this minor. Unfortunately, E-Spirit kind of shuts me down, but we are up 800 damage now, which is amazing. Gonna Xbow right away. I don't think he's back to Inferno Tower, so he should be forced to Rocket here. Yep, perfect. Just a -1 trade for him, and I do get 1 Xbow tick on tower, so really amazing situation at this point. Just really good pressure. And again, since he just Rocketed, I'm totally comfortable just going for a Fireball here. Gonna log as well, and I'm up over 1,000 damage now, so gonna try and catch these minors. Gonna Knight just to make sure the E-Spirit doesn't chain. Unfortunately, he actually predicts me, which is pretty well played. Gonna try and reset the eye tower with an Ice Spirit if possible. Okay, kind of messed up, so that was really bad. I mean, he got away with a free Rocket on my tower, which he should never be able to get away with, but I think it was really just the Knight on the E-Spirit that screwed me over. Then again, he is constantly Rocket cycling, I guess, at this point, so I will do my best to keep pressure up and try and not really allow him to get away with that. Actually going to Fireball on defense here, catch him off guard. And he does go for a minor in the kind of safe tanking spot for Xbow, and I think I have to Xbow right now, otherwise he's just going to rocket my tower. I have to get a second Xbow down, fireball the Dark Prince off instantly, so that hopefully it hits after the shield pops, and perfect. And this right Xbow should definitely lock on, because I don't think my opponent has much. Yeah, forced to log, and then I can just get back to a fireball, and it'll definitely do more damage than his rocket. I'm actually just going to fireball the miner, because I don't think he's going to be able to rocket in time. Rocket takes like 4 seconds, so just might as well prevent all damage. But yeah, if a fireballed tower, it also would have guaranteed the win. Just 2 different ways to play, I guess. But really nice win there against Ash B. Plus 41 is insane for that win. Really nice trophy gain. And I did get my revenge on him because I did lose to him earlier. So really nice win to start the video out. Alright, and we found the next match against Invader. Actually, this is kind of awkward because he's my friend, so I'm actually probably just going to tie him. I also have a good matchup, so it would be nice of me to tie him because I would probably win if I played well. So just going to see if he wants to tie, though. Going to offer the tie, I guess, because, again, we are friends, and he does give the good game. So be right back in the next match. Okay, so that was a bit weird, but we found another match against Jesse. If you guys didn't know, sometimes people who are friends on top ladder do draw with each other. And kind of funny, I'm against LavaHound again. Gonna Expo same lane instantly, always my play against any LavaHound variant. An inwards tile next to the river, with this, or closer to the center rather, with this Expo, so that if he plays any troops, I can kind of attack them easier and also kite the LavaHound a bit. He does go for a really bad fireball, I would say. I mean, it wasn't that bad because I did take my Expo out, but absolutely missed my archers. I guess he did it before I played my archers, but just going to allow me to get away with this defense because archers will put in work, going to fireball everything off. I'm fine taking 1 balloon hit, although... Okay, I don't even take 1, which is perfect. Maybe I should have gone Ice Spirit just to make sure, but going to go Ice Spirit on offense just to pressure a bit, and this will be quite a lot of damage, actually. That'll be like 4 archer hits because Ice Spirit Freeze is just so good, and this is already basically game. I mean... This is a really good matchup, and as long as I play it pretty well, I should be fine. I'm just going to log the Tombstone. It's always my play, because I feel like Tombstone's a really annoying card. I'd rather not ignore it, because the skeletons do rack up over time. And yeah, he does switch lanes, so I'm also going to follow him, switch lanes, Expo same lane, and get ready with my archers once again. So the play that I usually make in this matchup is, if they go like skeleton dragons or anything on the Expo, I usually go for archers on that, but I let the Expo die to keep my archers alive so I can defend the balloon or whatever comes down afterwards. Gonna Ice Spirit to kite these Barbarians inwards, missed 1, but it's fine. And he does fireball off my archers, so gonna go for a Tesla. Gonna wait for the LavaHound to lock onto tower, and I'm just gonna fireball these skeleton dragons because I don't have an Ice Spirit to make sure the Tesla 2-shots each of them, so it would have just kind of gotten destroyed by the Skelly Drags if I let them go. Just gonna skeletons now, kite the lava pups towards the Tesla, and he does go for a balloon, but I have a really nice play here, Expo near the river to pull this balloon all the way over to my Tesla. Yeah, he's basically gonna give up. And that's going to be a really nice play. So if you ever go for a Tesla, say you have a pre-Tesla, or in my situation, you Tesla on a lava, and they try and switch lanes on you, you can easily kite the balloon over to your Tesla with an Expo like I did. You can also cycle back to a second Tesla if you want, or you can just fireball the balloon, up to you. I mean, I think fireball... Actually, Fireball doesn't fully counter Balloon anymore, but you could like Fireball Ice Spirit, I guess. There is a really strict timing, but it is very strict, and I'm not very confident with it, so I wouldn't say it's consistent to Fireball the Balloon. You basically have to wait for it to get right on top of your tower, then Fireball it back with like a 1... I forgot what it was, but it's a super tight window, basically, so I'm not really going for it or considering it to be a very viable option. But really nice win there against LavaHound. Pretty much a free win, because it's such an easy matchup. Pretty funny, same exact deck as Invader pretty much, so right after getting the tie against him I did get a win, but that's going to be a very nice win for 7.5k. Alright, and we are into the next match against Not Fetty, and he has a number 13 global tournament finish and also over 10 global tourney finishes, same as me, so he's going to be a really good player, I think. Goes for a Queen, going to go Archer's same lane. Unfortunately, I don't have Fireball on cycle, so I think this is the next best play. Just don't really know what he has, and I'd rather play it safe. There's not much risk in stacking my Archers this early on, and he does pop the Queen ability, so I just went Knight to make sure my Archers stayed alive. And at this point, Archers probably will force response out. Yeah, delivery. Okay, wow, he goes for a Graveyard, which is really awkward, actually, because I just used my Archers and my log. I'm back to my Archers now, but he does freeze. Gonna have to go for an Ice Spirit, and hopefully that does take out some skeletons. I do take almost half my tower, unfortunately. Or he takes half my tower, but there wasn't much I could have done because I really did not think he was going to have a graveyard deck after seeing Queen and Delivery. I guess I kind of recognize, though, there is this like off-meta graveyard freeze deck with Delivery. I think it also has Prince and Hunter, and maybe Musketeer or something. Oh, I guess he replaced Musketeer with Archer Queen. But yeah, I've seen this deck a long time ago. I was not expecting to face it here. But gonna Tesla the Bridge just because he does not have a big spell. I'm pretty sure he has Delivery and Freeze and Graveyard. That's already 3 spells, so I really doubt that he would have a big spell to punish me for that. We do get a small connection, but unfortunately not going to be too much. It's still fine, though. I could maybe Expo with this Tesla. It is very low on HP. It's pretty much dead, actually, so maybe not worth going for. But I could Expo at 10 anyways, because we did outcycle the Queen and the Prince. He does have an Ice Golem, which is really annoying, because it does actually stall a fair amount of the Expo's HP. Gonna Knight just to block the Hunter in time. He does go for Freeze, so I'm gonna log it off. And he's basically at 0 elixir right now, because he went Hunter, Ice Golem, Freeze. That's exactly 10 elixir, so... And log, which is perfect for me. Gonna Ice Spirit just to block the next Hunter hit. And this should be a very nice connection, and he has nothing he can really do about this. Again, he has no small spells to really take this out. Goes for a Queen, which I would say was a pretty bad play, because it was basically already a dead Expo. I can just Fireball the Queen, and he actually messed up the timing. Even if he didn't mess it up, I didn't have any cycle cards in hand, so I would have just let it get like 1 or 2 hits on my tower. That's my healthier side tower, so I'm not too concerned anyways. But just gonna Knight, log the Prince back to reset the charge. Go Skeletons to block the Hunter, and I'm already back to a Fireball, so might as well do it, catch him off guard, and we do get a connection, perfect. Queen comes down once again, but I can just Ice Spirit Knight for this, and I'm basically forcing him to play at my game, in my momentum, because I know he has Graveyard Freeze, although even with that being considered, I mean, he has a pretty bad deck overall, I would say, against Expo. I mean, if he freezes right here, he's probably going to lose, because I can just log in the Expo, and the Prince will get taken out. So I'm just going to Expo at 6 because he should be pretty low on Elixir after spending all of that. Going to Ice Spirit to predict maybe a Queen. Knight as well, have to predict because if I mess it up, it won't really work out. Yep. Going to Archers to snipe the Queen as well, and he can't actually pop the ability. Yep, because he does have to get a Hunter down, so he had to save Elixir for that. And unfortunately, Ice Spirit does not catch the Queen, but it does actually jump onto tower. And I mean, this is basically already sewn up for me. This is a really easy matchup again, like I said. Does go for a Prince to predict my Expo. Not a bad play, but just going to Knight off to the side. And then Archers for this Graveyard. And again, I'm not too worried if he freezes, especially on this side. It's my significantly healthier tower, so I'm really not concerned at all. And that's actually just going to be pretty much game. I don't really see how he stops this. Going to predict the Queen. Nice, got the prediction off. Yeah, he's not really going to stop this. Can't even pop the ability. Notice he is a really good player. I mean, he knows that if he pops the ability, my Expo will lock on, so he's sacrificing some Queen damage or HP every single time to make sure he can afford like a Ice Golem or Hunter or whatever. Does predict my Expo at the bridge. That would have been really scary if he got it off, but thankfully I'm playing pretty patiently. Not really trying to force this issue. I can actually just defensive Expo. And notice how I placed it off to the right side because he's going for my left side tower, so he basically can't freeze my tower plus Expo plus Archers. He has to choose between 2 of them. And I'm just going to go for an Expo. Actually, I think Freeze has the same radius as Fireball, so I guess technically it's an anti-freeze placement, although I never really think about it that way. But just going to log this Prince back to reset the charge. Freeze comes down, going to Fireball the Hunter off, and he might Ice Golem to block. But even if he does, he's just delaying the inevitable. I mean, there's only 20 seconds left. He's forced to constantly defend my Expos, and yeah, like, he just has a really bad deck against Expos, so I feel like that was just a really good matchup overall. Really nice win there. Alright, and we are getting into the final match against Legend Gamer. If I do win this one, it'll be, I'm pretty sure, top 300. But he is significantly higher than me. He's over 150 trophies higher than me, so if I do win this one, it'll be probably like a plus 38 at least, or something like that. Just insane trophy gain, basically. And I'm pretty sure I recognize his name. I think he's a P.E.K.K.A Bridgespam player. Really nice log there, actually. Okay, I thought it would get me an Archer hit, but never mind. Does spam really aggressively with minions. Kind of recognizing this is a bad matchup right off the bat. So he's kind of pressuring all in, because if I wasn't able to defend that pretty well, it would have been pretty bad. Gonna go Archers just to deny. Unfortunately, I messed up and 1 minion got onto tower, but it's fine. And yeah, he is actually a pretty good player again, because he knows, I mean, I recognize his name. He's a pretty well-known P.E.K.K.A player, I'm pretty sure. He's also really high on ladder, so obviously he's pretty decent. Really interesting P.E.K.K.A though. I'm going to go for an Xbow. Don't really have a great hand to defend that, so I'd rather just go in, honestly. And this will force a response out on my Xbow. And I can just go for a Knight to kite this P.E.K.K.A in. Bandit comes down. I'm going to go Skeletons to preserve my Knight a little bit. Tank 3 P.E.K.K.A hits, while my Knight kind of takes care of the Bandit. And that's going to be actually a pretty much flawless defense. I'm going to take that Ewiz hit. Actually, maybe I should have gone Ice Spirit. I don't know, because that was definitely worth 1 elixir to prevent, but it's whatever. He went P.E.K.K.A, Bandit, Ewiz, so I'm pretty sure... I don't think he went Zap, right? So I think he's 2 cards away from his P.E.K.K.A. But he went P.E.K.K.A really early on, so I don't think there's going to be any kind of discussion of me outcycling his P.E.K.K.A here. But I'm just going to set up with a Tesla in the middle. Ice Spirit for this Ghost. Actually feeds my Tesla with the Ram, which is really nice. Ice Spirit will freeze everything. And I could maybe go in, because I think this will... Okay, never mind. I'm going to have to defend the Ghost plus Barb. Actually, no, I don't. It's going to get taken out, so I can definitely Xbow, because he kind of just spent more elixir than I spent there. And yeah, minions are actually going to be really useful for him here, because they are just so good at just cheap pressure, because the only way I can really take them out is with a Fireball. Pretty nice Bandit there, catching me low in elixir, but thankfully I had enough for the Knight in time. But yeah, again, he's a really good player, and I feel like Minions makes this a super easy matchup for Xbow, but it does make it hard in a few instances, such as that one, where if you're low in elixir and you can't really afford to really spend like a Fireball or something, then the Minions are just going to be very punishing. I'm going to go for a Knight for this Ghost. We do get a small connection there. Very nice. He does go for a Bandit to, I guess, take care of my Archers and maybe stop the next Xbow, so just going to have to defend. And now I don't have Knight or Archers in cycle, so I'm definitely not going to go in just as yet. Just going to sit back and chill, especially because I think I'm low in elixir after that exchange. But I did get a connection up by about 800 HP right now, so pretty nice start to double elixir. Going to Xbow opposite right away. I feel like that's almost always going to be the correct play against any P.E.K.K.A in the back opposite. Even if they're up a little bit of elixir, as long as you have an okay rotation, I don't think you want to just fully defend, because I actually have lost this matchup quite a few times by just playing way too defensive. And I think the key is definitely good pressure at the right time. Unfortunately, Ghost actually bypasses and is going to get on tower, but thankfully he does kind of feed into my Archers there with the Ram, so Archers will take care of the Battle Ram pretty easily. Don't think I can go in here, because I think he's going to be having enough elixir to defend that, so I'm just going to reset once again with a Tesla in the middle, and P.E.K.K.A comes down once again. I might Xbow in the left here. Yeah, I think I will, because I do also have a healthy Tesla. Will do a pretty good job at taking care of the P.E.K.K.A, and actually pressuring opposite lane. Yep, that's what I was talking about with these minions. Pretty smart play. As you can see, for only 3 elixir, they forced out my Archers and actually still took basically half of my Xbow. Gonna log this back just to make sure I don't take too much damage. And he's already back to P.E.K.K.A, unfortunately, so I don't think I can really go in. Just going to reset with a Tesla. Now we're getting into triple elixir, so he's probably going to be having a pretty easy time defending my Xbows. So I'm probably going to have to get some nice Xbows going, but not going to expect to get a connection out of them. Just kind of keeping the pressure up to prevent my opponent from getting a lot of value. Pretty nice Bandit there. Wasn't expecting it. Have to get back to a Tesla, because I absolutely cannot let that Ram connect. And I think I'm low in elixir now, but going to go in just because I have Archers counter-pushing. Knight coming down for the P.E.K.K.A. Going to go high Archers just to DPS the P.E.K.K.A down instantly. Ice Spirit for the Ghost. And that should basically be a dead Ghost, hopefully. Going to go for a low Tesla. Skellies for this P.E.K.K.A. Knight for the Bandit, and then Archers in the middle. Yeah, I definitely don't think I'm breaking through. His defense is really good. He is a really good player, I've said it many times, but just going to Fireball Tower, because he is poison cycling me out, so might as well get him back with some spells, and I can just protect my Tesla. That's basically going to be game. I mean, he is spamming pretty hard, but it should be fine, especially because he just can't really break through a perfect defense. Like, it's just a really good matchup for me. That being said, though, he played it really well. I mean, he made it pretty close, defended my Xbows very well, pressured opposite, just got away with minis on my Xbows a few times. He is a very good player again, but really happy with that win. Let's see, plus 43. Oh my god, that is absolutely ridiculous. Again, insane amount of trophies, because he was so much higher than me, but I'll definitely take it. That's going to be 7,554 trophies, top 300 global, rank 274. 2 games away from Royal Champion, 7.6K. And yeah, that's just going to be a really nice video, honestly. So, really nice win there against Legend Gamer, against Not Fetty as well, and overall just a flawless, undefeated video. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.